Well, I have the honor of introducing Mark Noonan, our next distinguished alumni. Mr. Noonan is a 1968 graduate of Cuyahoga Falls High School. He obtained his bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Akron in 1972. He started his career in sales before joining Honeywell, which was a large international corporation, and he joined that company in 1976. His success in sales provided him the opportunity to move into management in 1980, which led him to Detroit. But this would become the first of many moves for Mr. Noonan as he became more established and successful in his field. He became a specialist in working with companies to help them grow into more efficient and successful operations. In 1990, he became president of the Perfection Group company, and he helped them grow from one office in Cincinnati to 7 offices in 5 states. In addition to this, he purchased and developed his own IT business, which we took advantage of when we became acquainted with him. He retired in 2007, but if you know Mark, he is far from retired. He now shares his expertise as he serves as an industry consultant. In addition to that, we are most grateful to him for his significant contributions to the Cuyahoga Falls School Foundation and Alumni Association. His expertise has led to significant contributions of time and talent to the development of our website, our online systems, and the preservation of the integrity and history of our foundation, of which we are so very proud. So I would like to introduce Mark Noonan.
Well, that's way more complimentary than I deserve by any means, but thank you to the foundation for awarding me this honor. It was unexpected. I got involved in the foundation back a couple of years ago, and I always thought that don't ever complain about anything unless you have a solution. And the foundation is designed with a whole bunch of very worthwhile people that work very hard to provide what they're providing for you tonight, but they needed some help in the business side of the foundation, and I was glad to step up and do that, and it fortunately has worked out well, and they keep sucking me in further and further. But, you know, if you looked up the 1968 yearbook and looked for me in there, and I know that's a long, long time ago, but in the 1968 yearbook, you'd see my picture, but you wouldn't see a football player or a basketball player or any of those other items with my name on it. I was one of those thousands of students who wander the halls of this school, and so many of us don't even know who the other ones are. And, you know, we're here to go to school and sometimes aren't the stars that some of the other people get to be. I knew I wanted to go to college. That was a real goal that I had. But I also knew that my family couldn't afford to send me, like a lot of people in Cuyahoga Falls. We're not the rich part of town. We're the people that really work hard to get ahead. So instead of doing all those sports and things that I probably could have done or should have done, I worked. And I started out, I worked in what some of the people around here know. There was a little bicycle shop under the pet store on Front Street. And I was down there at age 13 repairing bicycles. I peddled papers, and my paper route was right here on 4th Street and Stowe Avenue. I worked at Huff Bakeries, and I scraped the floors and mopped the floors at night. I worked in the Masonic Temple, and I was a caterer for a while. So I did a lot of different things, and all those were designed was I needed enough money to go to Akron U and pursue my career. What I learned by all of those, because they were all valuable in many ways, and as you find your jobs, you'll find that too, is that each one of them gave me something that I could use later in life. It gave me some asset that I knew would pay off in the future, and it did. So I did those jobs happily. And it allowed me to focus on getting to the position that I wanted to. If you read today and look at all the all the people in college today, Statistics say that only 60% of all the people that start school graduate in the first 6 years of college. 40% don't make it. Think about this group. That means 40% of you that start aren't going to finish. Well, I certainly hope not. I think this group will be the exception to that. But 40% of the kids who start college don't make it. Don't be part of the 40%. Those of us who've gone through this in life and are at the other end, that college education is invaluable, so don't pass it up. Life is going to get in the way when you're doing that. There's going to be barriers. There's going to be times when you think, why am I doing this? Don't give it up. Keep it in sight and make sure that you graduate. There's another statistic that I read that says, I've chosen a career. I'm a senior in high school. I've chosen a career. I'm going to go off and pursue my passion in college, and I'm going to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever it might be. Of all the people that graduate from college, only 27% work in their chosen field. Wow. 3/4 of the people that graduate from college never work in their chosen field. So that begs to make you think, well, why do I choose a field and why do I go into that? And what you find is that what people get out of college is communication skills, critical thinking, taking initiative, learning to be a leader. And none of us get a degree in that, but we all learn that when we go to college. So when you go to college, pursue your passion, but keep your mind open to the fact that you might not end up working in that career for the rest of your life. It may be a different passion that comes up when you decide what you're going to do. For me, I went to school, I got a degree in business, and what does that mean? What's business? Where do I go? I ended up in the air conditioning business for the vast majority of my career. When I was in high school, I didn't know what a thermostat was, or certainly what it did, and yet I spent the rest of my career in it, and was very happy in that. So, as you go on to college, it's great that you pursue your passion, but maybe that's not where you'll end up, and that's okay. That's a good thing. One other thing that you might want to think about in doing that is, as you go out in the work world, you're going to find a couple of jobs that you probably do that aren't so good. Honestly, you're probably going to find a couple of really bad ones, and you may bounce around a little bit. Take that as part of your education process. You can't really appreciate the great job until you've worked a couple of bad ones. So accept that and move on with it. Another thing you might want to think about is Cuyahoga Falls. This school district did a wonderful job of educating us all. However, Cuyahoga Falls might not be the place that has your job that you can be passionate about. So open your mind to the other parts of the country or the world. Look around you. Look at the other distinguished alumni. We don't all live here. I live in Nevada today. You might not end up in Cuyahoga Falls, but that doesn't mean that you still can't have good memories of Cuyahoga Falls and come back and help participate in the growth of the people who still live here. So look out at the others. As some of the other people have said too, you need to pay it forward going forward. All of us working here tonight and doing this tonight, that's what we're here for. We're paying it forward for you so that you can pay it forward for the next generation. Help people because you can. That's what Cuyahoga Falls has always been about, and I think that's the environment that you grew up in. Those are the rewards in life that are invaluable. So please focus on that and go forward with that in mind. Thank you.